Bitcoin has broken below our 107 target, and this is where things get extremely serious and hard decisions need to be made. Now, we have not fully closed the candle below 107, so things could look different by the end of the day. But if this does, things could get bad very quickly. Quick announcement, I just made a brand new Discord server. If you guys want to join the community, ask me questions directly, or come along with me through this whole journey, make sure you hop in. I'll leave the link in the description, and thank you. For real-time updates on my trades, entries, and portfolio decisions, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the end of the week. The market is about to close, and when traditional markets are closed, I think that things can get very ugly. So I think people watching this video need to make a hard decision on whether they think the bear market is coming or they think there is going to be a reversal. Now, as I said, 107 was the line in our sand, and I'll explain why. But today we have gone below it. Now, that said, the day isn't over, but I think it confirms, even though we haven't closed, that we're likely going to head lower, okay? And this is a good thing and a bad thing because we'll go into it and why this kind of setup tells us that we're about to go into a weekly cycle low, which is a good thing for a reversal. So, why 107? So, 107 this is the number I picked because 107 was our previous daily cycle low. And if you don't know what daily cycle low and weekly cycle lows are, go watch Camel Finance. He has a great tutorial on this. So when a daily cycle fails, which it has because it has dropped below, even though it has not closed, I think it will. Okay, we're gonna expect that today's candle is going to close lower than 107. And when a daily cycle fails, it is a short-term bearish signal for bearish momentum, and usually that will lead into a decline. Now, luckily, this decline is into a weekly cycle low. A weekly cycle low is made up of multiple daily cycle lows, okay? And as you can see on our previous one, we had 1, 2, 3, okay, lower daily cycles leading into a weekly cycle low that we then had a reversal on. Okay, so I'm pulling this from Camel. He thinks this is going to happen, and as far as I'm concerned, he is the weekly and daily cycle low expert. So I'm going to listen to him. I listen to him and Bob Lucas. That's who I learned from. I am still a student, okay? I'm still learning. So I'm going to listen to them because I am no expert, but I'm just trying to relay this information to you guys. So, as I said, this is the bright side. Camel's count would line up perfectly into a weekly cycle low that would form this week, right? Just like what happened at the previous tariff dump when Bitcoin failed 2 previous daily cycles before the reversal took place. So yes, it's ugly, but this is actually how bottoms are formed. It's painful, it's emotional, and it's part of the process. Now, that is the light at the end of the tunnel. That's why I think there is still a chance. There is still a chance that we have a reversal and move to new highs, but we are running out of time. Now, since this is the weekly cycle low, or Camel thinks it is, so we're using his count, the good news is that this cycle should bottom out by the end of the week. Now, if we bottom out here, I don't know how low we can go, right? Maybe this is as low as we go. Maybe we go this low. Maybe we go this low. But at the end of the week, that should be the end of the suffering, and we should have a reversal. Now, if we don't, okay, if we don't, and we fall below this, then this is very, very, very bad. Now, of course, this isn't the only thing I'm looking at. So let's come back at this chart. This is the most important indicator, which I never showed before. This is the most important thing that you need to be watching if you're not already watching it. So this is the 50-week SMA. If Bitcoin falls below this, okay, and we do not come back up and it gets rejected off of this line, we are most definitely going into a bear market. Now, if you look here, you can clearly see, if we zoom in and we go all the way back to 2022, you can see We fell below. We tried to come back up. We got rejected. Okay, we tried again, we got rejected. We even tried again and we got rejected. And that was the start of the bear market. Well, the start of the bear market would be like the peak, obviously. But when we fell below this, that 100% confirmed that the bear market was in. Same thing in 2018. Okay, the same thing in 2014. Okay, it's the same thing. So you need to keep your eye on this level. Now, the most perfect scenario for us would be that the weekly cycle low at the end of the week, the lowest we go would be 1017. Okay, we bounce off of this into a reversal, and that would be our weekly cycle low. Everything would be nice. We could fall below this in a wick, but as long as we don't close below this, we should be okay. And if we do close below this, if we get rejected off of this 50 SMA, it is over, guys. It is over. You need to sell everything because we are done. Now, I am still very hopeful, but I am moving with extreme caution here because I do not want to lose everything I've built. And I'm okay with taking this hit from 126 to 105 or to 100,000 and selling my bags, but I do not want to sell the bottom. So I still am going to wait and see how this plays out. Now, I know it's frustrating. I don't want to be that guy that keeps pushing lower targets and lower targets every single week until we're down 30%. But nobody knows the future. All we can do is see what's in front of us and make decisions based on that. And I've given you all the information I can. I still have more, but it's just you guys have to make your own decisions based on not what I give you, but what you consume and what you see all in the market. Not just me. I'm just one form of information. But we are still up massively. You guys have to remember, we got in at the lows. We are still up massively. And even if we sell at 100,000 or 98,000, we can still walk away with a pretty penny going into the bear market, and we can reaccumulate at lows and follow our plans, and we'll still be okay. Now, if this volatility is stressing you out and you got in at the lows and you don't think there's going to be a reversal and you don't want to hold into the weekend because you don't know what's going to happen, then take profits. If you guys want to take profits, then take profits. But for me, I'm going to wait and I'm going to see how this plays out. We're going to take this by a day-by-day basis, because selling the bottom right before reversal is the worst move you can make. But also, this could be a bear market. Okay, I want to look at one more thing before we get into our last topic. If you look at the 1 month, okay, let me hide this so it doesn't get in the way. If you look at the 1 month MACD, guys, look at this. This is very scary. We are clearly losing momentum here. And if we get a bearish cross here, it is most definitely over and we are in a bear market. Now, we need to figure out how to get out before this happens, because if this happens, we're already going to be screwed. Because if you look here, after this cross, Bitcoin was down a lot already, but it did go down much more after that. But still, if we get this cross, we are most definitely in a bear market, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this. So keep your eye on this. If we do not get a reversal soon, this could be very, very bad. I want to take a step back from crypto for a second and just talk about gold, because I haven't talked about gold on this channel. I do own gold, okay? And I've been holding it for quite a long time. It's all physical. It's not much, right? It's not amazing. I wish I just bought the ETF. I don't know why. At the time, I wasn't accumulating gold because I was trying to get as much Bitcoin as possible, but I did buy some physical gold, and I do plan on selling that very soon. And if you just look at this chart, it is ridiculous. It's going parabolic, and this is a classic blow off top. I am seeing people fighting over gold. I'm seeing lineups of just normies and people trying to buy gold. They're all buying the top. This is a classic blow off top, excuse me. And I am going to make a video on my strategy on how I'm going to short this, because I am planning on DCAing into gold shorts, especially miners, especially junior miners, because the downside opportunity is real and this cannot go up forever. Even if it does go up for another 3 to 6 months, this cannot keep going like this forever. This is showing a million signs that this is a blow off top, especially for these miners, especially for these junior miners. And I'm telling you, I think when gold finally does correct or go sideways, I think Bitcoin will rally off the decline. So hopefully that lines up with our weekly cycle or within the next couple of weeks. And then that could give us our final leg up for Bitcoin and then confirm the shift. But yeah, I am definitely going to figure out how I'm going to short these, make a plan, make a video, and I definitely want to make money riding this on the way down. So I'm going to do an outro. Here's where I stand. Bitcoin is below our 107. That indicates that we can expect more downside, possibly to 101. Let's hope it is not below 101, because then we'd be below this. I was in logarithmic. I didn't even realize. We would be below the 50-week SMA, and this would not be good, guys. This would be very bad. And if we get rejected off of it, that is even worse. Hopefully we can reclaim this 107, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we are going to move into lower lows going into the weekend, confirming the weekly cycle, and then have a reversal at the start of the week. So don't let fear control your decisions. Look at this very logically and make a decision, because we are at a critical point and we've been holding for a long time. And if we walk away now, we will still be okay. If we walk away at 100,000, we'll still be okay. But we do not want to sell the bottom. There's still a chance for a reversal. Things are lining up. This could be a final shakeout. But you guys need to stay on guard and really, really think about where you want to be. And even if we do have a run up, we are still going to have a bear market. We are still going to go to 60,000 and below, and you will have the chance to reaccumulate. Do not be a bag holder. Do not lose everything you have worked for, and make your decision very carefully. Stay patient. And if I need to, I'll make a video on Monday. I'm going to get that gold video out, and I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe. Goodbye.